What's up guys, Will's Garage here. Today I'm going to be doing something that I've been putting off for a couple years now, and that is to adjust the rear passenger taillight on my M3 so that it aligns with the bumper. And as you can see here, there's a pretty significant gap, or significant to me at least, gap between the rear taillight and the bumper. You can see it's not aligned. And as a comparison, you can take a look at the driver's side taillight, which is perfectly aligned with the bumper, and the gap is very minimal. The reason why there's a gap on the passenger rear taillight is because somebody crashed into my car in a Target parking lot. And the craziest thing is, I normally always park my car far away, and in this case I parked pretty far away from the main parking area of Target, where there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of people walking by your car, and I purposely parked my car far away so that there's a lower chance of somebody hitting it or scratching it, which is exactly what happened. Somebody still managed to back up their car and hit me right in the bumper. Just unbelievable. So I immediately noticed that when I came out from Target, and I went back in to talk to their security because I knew for sure that they must have caught this on camera. But apparently Target policy is that they're not allowed to show anybody their security footage. So I ended up calling the police to file a police report, and the policeman was actually able to go in to review the footage with the Target security team, and they did see a black truck that backed up and hit my car. But unfortunately, the camera resolution was not high enough, so they weren't able to see the license plate of the car. So that was a big bummer. In the end, I had to pay for the repair myself, and I ended up getting the bumper repainted at a shop. And the shop put the bumper back in, and when I received the car, I noticed the gap. And I pointed it out to them, but they just simply told me, oh, we put everything back together. That gap is normal, which to me, honestly, is not normal. And maybe I'm just picky, but instead of, further complaining, which I probably could have, and they would have taken the car back and readjust it. But honestly, I prefer not to do that because I feel if I did that, there's a higher chance they would probably mess something else up. So I'm going to take it upon myself and try to fix the issue, because it looks like the only thing that needs to be done is to have the taillight readjusted. So I'm hoping that will solve the issue. Let's find out. So what I was going to try to do is loosen up the bolts in the rear of this taillight and shift it around this way to see if I can align the taillight with the bumper, because the bumper looks like it's attached properly. I don't think there's any incorrect way of doing it. So I'm going to give that a try and see how it works out. Just open the trunk. Alright, so looks like we have to remove this piece here. Does this come out? Okay, looks like there's 3 bolts in here. There's 1, 2, 3. Let's take it out. They are 8mm bolts. So all I have to do is loosen it. Just enough. Okay, so I loosened up the 3 bolts, and check this out. I'm already able to adjust it and push it in. So originally it was sitting like this, but now I can push it in to make it align with the bumper. Tricky part is the top. I gotta make sure the top's aligned and make sure that there's not too much of a gap on the side of the car here.
All right, so that was pretty easy. The light is now adjusted to the top part of the quarter panel and the rear bumper, just like the other side here. And by the way, I've owned this car for 4 years now, and this is the first time I noticed that there is a pretty big gap on the taillights of these E92s. Example right here. So normally when you're looking at it top down, there's no gaps. I mean, no gaps are visible, but when you get down and look at it eye level or from below, you can see that there's a pretty big gap right here. I mean, the same thing on the other side. Right along the top here. For you guys out there who own E92s, are your cars like this too? Let me know in the comment section if this is normal. Let's see what it looks like with the trunk closed. Yep, top's aligned, bottom's aligned.
So after dealing with this whole hit and run situation and the whole body shop incident where they didn't put the tail light back properly, in hindsight, looking back at it, if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have been more patient and just wait to see if I could find a used Alpine white bumper, especially because there's a gazillion Alpine white M3s out there. I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to find a used Alpine white bumper. And basically just remove the old bumper and attach the new one. But I guess lesson learned. If this ever happens to you, I'd suggest probably just waiting out and finding a used good condition bumper and just replacing it yourself. Going to the body shop, you never know what kind of quality or service they can provide unless you go to a really well-known place. I did have the options of going to a well-known place, but I had some insurance constraints. I didn't want to spend too much, and that's the other part. I ended up going through the insurance knowing that there would be, I guess, an accident record on my car and affecting the resale value a little bit. Especially, it's painful because it's not my fault. And the car prior to that had a completely clean record, but it's one of those things where, you know, for this car, I feel like I'm going to keep it for a very long time, if not forever. I didn't mind having that record on there, just knowing that it wasn't a really big accident. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that. If this ever happens to you guys, maybe just be a little more patient and wait it out, see if you can find a used bumper that's in good condition and just replace it yourself, because it's pretty easy. It's simply just a bumper cover that you can just slide out and slide the new bumper cover on. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more videos. See ya.